Thank you for participating in our craft club fundraiser. And what you purchased was a kit for making the Flower Power keychain. So, what I would first recommend that when you are in a space that you're going to design your keychain is I would first take a minute to set up your design. Your kit was set up with enough for 6 flowers to complete. So look at the arrangement of beads that were provided in your kit, and you're going to want to lay them out. I'm going to do this with just 3 sets just to keep the video from getting so long. So what we have here is you want 2 beads, followed by 3 beads with one in the center that will make the middle of your flower, and then another 2. So each flower is going to follow that 2, 3, 2 pattern, with the middle row having that alternating color. And so you can arrange the beads provided in your kit any way that you would like. So you may want to take a minute to go ahead and arrange your beads. Again, you'll have enough for 6. I just have 3. The next thing you're going to do is you were provided a piece of string. And that's actually the first thing we're going to do is connect this string onto your loop. So you're going to go ahead and connect your 2 ends here. So we have it folded in half. You're going to take that string, you're going to pull those 2 ends through the keychain. Okay. So I have it on here like so. And what I'm going to do is take these 2 ends and I'm going to take it through the string. So again, I have it on my loop of string. I'm going to take the loops through each other, and I'm going to start to pull, and you'll see that it kind of looks like a little pretzel. You're going to just keep pulling until you get your string tightened up onto that keychain, and you should be able to slide it around depending on where it tightened up, because like here it tightened up right where you would then attach it to like a backpack or to an actual keychain, okay, or actual keys onto it, I should say. So from there, then you're ready to go ahead and start building your keychain itself. So I'm going to go in my pattern here of starting with my pink flower at the top. And so you're going to have a left and a right string. Okay. So what we're going to do is on your left string, you're going to go ahead and thread on 2 beads. Okay. We're going to then take our right string, and this is the part you have to look carefully. We need to pass it through these beads, but we need to pass it through the left side. So we can't pass the beads right side, but through the left side. So we're going to go ahead and pull both those beads through. And again, I took the right string through the left side. And we're going to take our 2 loose ends of string and we're going to pull. Okay. Now, when you get to this point, there is a little bit of adjusting that you sometimes need to do so you can get a hold of these 2 beads, and you just keep pulling and reconfiguring until they sit flush or flat up against your keychain. Okay. So from here, we then have our first set of beads for our flower. Okay. We're going to do the same thing. So you're going to take your left string, and we're now going to complete the middle row. So we want to go flower color, flower middle, flower color. And again, this was on the left string. We're going to follow that same pattern. We're going to take our right string, we're going to bring it through, but we're taking it through the left side of the beads. So I got 1 bead, 2, and 3. And just like before, once you have those beads through, we're going to go ahead and pull our strings. And again, it might need to be, you can kind of pull them loose and then retighten, so that way they flatten up against those first 2. Okay. We're ready to finish this first flower then. You're going to take your 2 beads. I'm going to put those on the left string. Following that same pattern, we're going to take our right string. We're going to go through the left side and pull it through to the right. And we're going to just keep pulling. When we do that, and again, you can always loosen these up and tighten it back down. And we have our first complete flower. So now you're going to keep going through that same process. Nothing changes except you're changing to your next flower color. Again, you start with your 2. Take your opposite string through the opposite side. So I'm taking the right string through the left-hand side, and you get that little loop, and you pull it through. Again, when you get to the middle, you do the outer bead, the yellow bead or your center, and your purple bead for me. Take the opposite side. You're going to go ahead and push that string through. And you're going to go ahead and tighten that up. Okay. And sometimes they kind of wave up on you a little bit, and you can always loosen it back up and retighten it to help it lay flat. And then same thing, we're going to take our 2 last beads for our last flower. Thread through. And now I've got a second flower completed. So again, in your kit, you have enough for 6 flowers. So at this time, you're probably going to want to pause the video and finish building. What I'm going to show you, and again, you can come back to this, is how to finish the project once you have the end and you have your string. So on each side, you're going to want to just tie a knot. So to do that, so I'm going to end it here. You're going to take the string, just like you're tying a shoe. We're going to just make a loop and pull it through. The big thing here is when you go to tighten this, you want to kind of push that knot towards that bead. We want that knot nice and snug against that last bead. Okay, and you might need to retighten your project. Okay, so that one's done, and you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. You're going to make your loop and pull it through. And we're going to tighten the string until we get something like that. Now, I cut my project off much shorter, so I didn't use all my string. And then you just cut these little loose ends, but make sure you don't cut your knot. And then you have yourself your flower keychain. Again, this is Miss Moran. I teach in Q305. So if you purchased a kit, if you're short beads, you misplaced a bead, you need some help, you're not quite following the video, feel free to stop by. I am available 3rd hour. You can pop in 4th or 5th. If you have a study hall or a lunch, you can pop by and ask for help if you need it. Otherwise, you can always join the Google Classroom for Art Craft Club. And if you would like to join Craft Club in our future appointments and meetings and make dates, feel free to join. So thank you again for helping support us with Craft Club.